Man, I just seen a dance. I think it's called scurfing. Now that's a very tasteful thing, other than having some woman back they butt up to you. I think had something on the news about a lot of kids having cancer, colon cancer. Well, you know what that comes from. A lot of anal sex and stuff. They got this thing, that trend. The girls is backing their butt up and doing all kind of stuff. It's been out for a little while, and people having a lot of anal sex and stuff. That's why they're tearing their intestines, and they don't know any better, and it's getting infected and causing cancer. That's my theory. Why else would I bet you probably in the females category there are a lot of young cases of that happening. By the time they get I don't know, say 30, they find out that they got cancer of the colon and stuff. But that's what it is. It's just but this dance, surfing or scurfing, is really very tasteful. Very tasteful. I had a girl when I was in Kankakee. She was only 24 years old. I love that girl. Her name was Quila. She danced like these women here. And that girl, I don't see why she's not a superstar by now. Because she told me when I was on cocaine, now, twice her age, and I love that girl. And I said something to her that I really, really regret, because I'm thinking that I'll never see her again or hear from her again. Most of my reason for talking on these things now that I'm on it is to hear from her, because what I had said to her, I think she thought I meant something else. But she was supposed to be up here with me, but she didn't want to mess up her probation, and I was kind of on the, I don't know. So that's the last time I seen her. I was in a motel with her, and I had my Corvette, and it wasn't running good, and all kind of stuff. But I said something to her last time I seen her. I really, really regret, because I think she took it the wrong way. But she was a dancer like these girls. She would have been on anything. Star Search. She danced better than Usher, and any female, Rihanna, any of them people. That girl was bad. She liked her little girls too. She's kind of bisexual, but she was so smart, because she said, "Lenard, you can't be you being on that shit, on that cocaine. You cannot be you driving no Corvette, looking like Skeletor. You cannot be you being on that shit." And that girl, I will remember this for the rest of my life. And she was right. You can't be who you are when other things have grasped you so tight that you live and die for it, but you are not paying attention to your physical health, and not paying attention to reality and people looking at you, and you wonder why they locking their doors when you walk across the street, but you feel like you put on this facade where you feel normal, but you are the wow. You can see you coming. I'm talking about see you coming. You want to cross the street, but you're trying to put on these facades, buying new clothes and whatever. The clothes are wearing you, and you're not. Your demeanor is all messed up. Even your smell and your DNA is messed up. You can't look anybody in the eye. You don't have time for just idle conversations. You feel defensive every time a police getting back at you, or even when they're in the Circle K, or what did they have in Kankakee? 7-Eleven or something like that. Look, I was on a binge. I had a quarter ounce. I went from my house to the hospital thinking shit was crawling on me. And these people, oh man, they had me. I was talking about, shoot, I think it's this, I don't know what's wrong. And they had me all isolated and stuff, and they were sitting in there laughing. I was talking about, I think I got some kind of buzz or lice or something. And I'm sitting in the hospital, the Corvette in the parking lot. Cocaine all over the floor and the seats and pipes and oh geez, quarter ounce almost killed me. And I'm going back and forth from county to county. I'm in a motel right on Wisconsin line. Oh man, it was just it's a terrible life, man. I'm telling you, if you're in it, you're gonna go through it, man. It's a terrible existence. I'm talking about the embarrassment and the things that you have to humble yourself down to. Man, I'm telling you, I was smoking crack, man, in a monthly motel. I only had money to pay what I had to pay, and directly after that, I'm going from Wisconsin to Glendyre, where my buddies stay, right off Glendyre, that I've been knowing since I've been taking him around from his rehab to selling 8 balls to selling keys. And he's been, if you want to call it friend, I've stole 38 grams of cocaine from him. And he said, man, I wasn't looking for you. I shouldn't have left it there. And that's all that's been said. And but he had some friends that was waiting for some rocks that week. Boy, you talking about they wanted to whoop me. Man, that's in Chicago, Morgan Park. And it was just wow, what my brother sent me through. I'm telling you, straight from the Army, I couldn't ride my 1000 Kawasaki no further than Springfield. I was tired of looking at that road when I got out of the Army in El Paso. And I had already took the Hemi Cooter home and put it in the garage. And so my father and the pimp brother and the Navy SEALs brother was going to meet me in Springfield. Boy, I couldn't wait until I got to Springfield. Every time I would even go to the motel and rest or go to sleep, soon as I got on that road and seen them lines, man, I started to go into a trance and I don't know if I was falling asleep or I got sick of it, man. Texas is a buzzer to get across. And they met me. I was so happy to see my, I don't know, we had cell phones then. I don't know what I don't remember having no cell. No, I don't think I had no cell phone in 80, 82, 83 or whatever it was. No, I had to stop and call them, and they saying they somewhere. Oh man, when I seen my daddy and my 2 brothers, man, I was so happy to see them. I had him. I bought him a Smith & Wesson 9mm for one of my sergeants, and he's a gun collector, you know, and but he wanted to see his son. I got out the service the same way he did, on a disability, because my father was in World War II with the Germans. He brought a lot of German guns home and stuff. Can you imagine a black man over in Germany? He all by himself. He get caught, man, they gonna skin him. And my daddy took some aspirin, so he was over there. He took some aspirin and got his blood pressure up high, and they made him come home. But he was over there fighting. Dude. But he was so proud to see me. And I ran away from home to get away to try to be a man. And I got homesick once I got in the service. And after I didn't want to re-up or nothing like that. I didn't even make it that far. My face had bumped up from my hair getting under my skin, the hot El Paso heat. So they let me out on honorable discharge. I didn't even think about getting service connected for 30 years afterwards now. So I missed out on a lot of help and money and other things. I could have been I'm right where I'm supposed to be anyway. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't lay on the government. Some of these government pimps, they call them. They get a disability, and plus they working and doing all kind of other illegal stuff. I didn't ever want to be like that. I was just trapped up with my brother in cocaine, because he tricked me into doing something that he know I was gonna be caught up in. And you know what? I keep saying I don't know why my brother did that to me. You know, me and him pushed that car. I was telling Raymond, man, you need to get this car further than this away from your house. He lazy in there, wanna be. He got all kind of gangbangers that's living with him, some younger kids. I don't know why he stay around younger kids. I don't know. So he said, no, we'll just leave it right here. And so I'm saying, Raymond, that don't seem like it's far enough. So I was still staying with my mama on 112th and Stewart. He was on 120th, right off of Wentworth on LaSalle. 120th, I think about 120th, 121st. And he pushed it's railroad tracks there. So he pushed it on this side of railroad tracks. Instead of pushing it on the other side of railroad tracks, he might have got away with it. But they followed the oil spot from the car. I think he lit it on fire or didn't light it on fire. I started my next chapter. It was a Cadillac. They just got the old front clip off of it. Actually, the guy told on me was Derek Whitney. He came in the garage and seen us with the Cadillac clip. And he felt like he was out of money. Plus, he wanted my little Derringer. So since he couldn't have it, he told the cops that we were in the garage stripping the car. That was after my brother, because I had went home. I stayed with my mother on 112th and Stewart. So I hear that Raymond got took to jail in a car he's tied to, and two Pac-Man machines. That's federal. That's some federal stuff. Just because he was lazy and he didn't want to cover his tracks, if he was doing that, if I would have stayed in this house that night, I'd been in the federal joint too. And see, I think that's why Raymond got me hooked on cocaine. And I'm just realizing, Raymond's my brother, I'm just realizing maybe what he went through in prison was his fault. But he somehow blamed me since I didn't go to jail with him or something. Look, when he get out, I'm going to do such and such to him. That's the only thing I can think of. And I'm wondering all these years why my brother get me hooked on cocaine, knowing that it would have the same chemical effect as it does on his customers. Why my mother, father, sister, and other brother didn't tell me to stay away from Raymond. Raymond ain't doing the right thing. You know, I went through life 30 years feeling guilty about the things I stole and the things I did, and it wasn't my fault. My brother was the catalyst for all the things I did. So the blame is on him. It's on him. You know, and I stopped feeling guilty about something. Whoever gets you, bamboozle you and get you on drugs, he's the catalyst for what happens that you do to others. You know, you have a little say-so over it by morals and different things, but for the most part, that chemical is going to take over and make you do things that you wouldn't want to do. I'm talking about ain't no love between mama, daddy, or nobody. You got to get a hit. My brother did that to me, and that's my video.